All right. Welcome everyone. And I'm so excited to be able to talk today with two of our guests here. We have Tipson Myers and Dr. Allison Dotzel
Mhm.
from Stony Creek Chincoteagues. And I am just so excited to be able to share a little bit about their story with you today. So, Allison and Tipson, would you guys just please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us anything that you would like us to know about yourselves?
Sure. I'm Tipson Myers. I own Stony Creek Stables in Useville, Pennsylvania.
Mm, um I'm Allison Dotzel and I am a veterinarian in Pennsylvania, and I own Laurel Highland Veterinary Clinic.
And together we actually created Stony Creek Chincoteagues.
And so,
So go ahead.
tell us more.
Well, just to kind of give you a background on myself. I actually started riding when I was 6 and did 4-H all through high school, and then went to Centenary University in Hackettstown, New Jersey, and received my BS degree in equine studies. Been horse showing most of my life and really got into the showmanship, which is all the groundwork. Through my students, I've actually had a world champion as well as a top 3 at the All American Quarter Horse Congress. And that has really kind of pushed me to where I am today as far as working with these foals. Um, I went to the island first in 2019 or 2009, fell in love with it all, and then went back in 2010 and bought my first pony. And Allison started being my vet back in 2014. And then she decided that she wanted to get a pony. So 2015, she got her pony, and then we told all our friends about it. And then everyone else started getting ponies. We got 1, then 2, then 8, and 16. And together, the two of us have handled over 200 foals to date. So you can.
My part is the veterinary aspect of things. I will help people, and also I've got a good knowledge of the herd, so we help people pick ponies, and then when they come back, I monitor their health and give them their vaccines, and some of the colts stay to be gelded, and just deal with any health needs that they might have.
Awesome. Well, you guys are now top tier experts in fatigue ponies. So we are grateful for all the knowledge that you have accumulated through the years. So you have a program lovingly called Pony Kindergarten. So can you tell me, like, what kind of ponies come to it and what do they do while they're there?
Well, you have actually coined that phrase of pony kindergarten, which is super catchy, and we absolutely love it. So we will take the ponies from the island, bring them back to Pennsylvania, get them transitioned onto a domestic diet with the grain and the hay. And then I will start working with them, letting them know people are not bad. We're not fire breathing dragons. Get them used to handling, get them halter broke, we get them leading. And then they go off to their new homes. And that's all over the country, including Canada. And we actually have shipped some to Bermuda as well.
Yep. And we just kind of work on age appropriate health concerns along the way. We start with deworming them about the time we put their halters on, and then give them a little bit of a break between deworming and their vaccinations. And the ones that stay long enough get their vaccination boosters. And as I mentioned, some of the colts stay long enough that they are gelded before they head to their new homes.
So, Allison, are there any particular, this is not a question I warned you about, but are there any particular health problems that you think are unique to Chincoteague foals or anything that you watch out for specifically in these ponies?
With these ponies, the biggest concern is that they're a little bit earlier weaned than average, and that is a necessity kind of based on the 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 diet that they have on the island. If the foals nurse too long into the fall, then the mares don't have time to recover before winter. So the foals are weaned in July, and it's a little bit earlier than we wean domestic foals. So we mostly kind of keep an eye on their nutrition and get them on to full feed to kind of support them. And they kind of come to us a little bit behind just because the diet isn't super rich on the island. And so just kind of by feeding them and monitoring their health, we can get them in good shape before they head to their homes. So.
Awesome. So for both of you, what is your favorite part about working at pony kindergarten or working with Chincoteague ponies? What's your favorite part or parts about that?
I really love seeing siblings come through, comparing, contrasting, and a big part of what we do is help people if they're looking for a specific, a specific foal, like if they want something taller, something smaller, something really quiet, something high spirited, we help them with that. And 99.9% of the time we're spot on because we've had so many siblings. So just seeing how one sibling compares to another sibling is so much fun. But the whole point of them learning to trust me is more than rewarding. I love seeing them figure out, hey, you know what? You're not so bad. And there's nothing like that. Just building their trust.
And it is rewarding to be able to match people up with a pony that is right for them because we don't want to see people get discouraged and have to find their pony a new home because it's not kind of what they were looking for or what they thought it might be. And so there's a person out there for every pony, and we want to make sure that people end up with something that they can handle and something that is kind of going to fit their needs rather than it turns out to be a pony that really would be better in a different situation and not really what that person's looking for. So,
and truly wasn't supposed to turn into a business, but that's kind of it was my side hustle and now it's my full-time business. But when I brought my pony home, and I am a horse trader or trainer for most of my life, and it took me 3 weeks before he would look at me. And I was like, well, how does the average person do this? I have all day to spend with this pony, but most people don't. They have real jobs. So that's one place I wanted to help. There is a Chincoteague pony rescue, and I did not want any of these foals to end up in those kind of situations. And I think, between the two of us, I think we've done a really good job that we have found the perfect pony for the perfect situation for most people.
Yes. And then sometimes like we have people that come to us that we didn't kind of help select. And then if that pony needs additional training before it goes to their home, that's where Tipson comes in to try to get that pony to the point where the person that bought it is ready to handle it and take over. So
that is an amazing service. And in my experience with horses, it does seem that the initial selection of the horse or the pony is super important.
Yes.
That you get the one at the selection process of what you want it to be, so that you get what you want and not select something, generally speaking, that you can't handle or that
right.
It's too much horse or too much pony for you.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That is a tremendous service that you guys offer in
well, thank you.
selection process. So what is the biggest challenge or challenges of working at pony kindergarten?
Jeez.
It's sometimes like some you can have bad days where pony wasn't quite ready for what we were asking of it, and sometimes you have a pony that has a health situation and needs to be handled before they're ready to be handled, and then you have to kind of find creative ways to do that so as not to make it traumatic for them, but also to be able to get done what you're going to get done. Like we've had some that have had a colic before they were really halter broken, and it's a challenge to try to find ways to have them accept that kind of handling before they're kind of ready for it in their in kind of the scope of their training, because sometimes you don't get to pick if that pony's a little bit behind on the handling and it's sick, then you do have to kind of deal with that situation. But we've gotten pretty good at creatively being able to restrain them in a way that's not traumatic for them, but that's always something that we don't want to see, but sometimes we have to deal with. So
it's a lot of work. I will not lie, a lot of work. I think the hardest part for me is just seeing them leave. I always say I don't get attached to them. I'm like a camp counselor, but that's not true. And I always am very, very sad when they leave.
And there's some that you get more attached to than others. And a lot of those ones are the ones that we had to do extra work for whatever reason, and they just kind of, they just, when you're working so closely with them for such a long period of time, it is hard to let them go. So.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a shout out from my experience with our 2 ponies so far who are graduates of pony kindergarten. What I love about your environment is that the wild foals get taken from their herd and from their family, and they come with their friends in the trailer or with ponies that will become their friends. And then they have a group herd environment in which to begin adjusting to the world of humans. And I think I have chosen to leave my next pony longer with you on purpose because I think it gives them such a good foundation of trust and confidence and just attachment, so that from the human perspective, it's attachment, which builds a solid psychological foundation for life. And we know that that works in horses as well as in people. And that when they have a chance to be calm and connected and attached with their friends and with humans who understand them, you're setting up a foundation for life. And so I just love what you guys do. And that's why I've got 2 more ponies there now. And it's just a wonderful service. Of course, a pony can make a transition off the island. Of course they can do that, just go straight home. But this is available, so why not make it easier and smoother and better and calmer and kinder and just better for the foal? So I am just a big believer and a big advocate for having a transition, just like TK, have transitional kindergarten. That's what pony kindergarten is. It's transitional kindergarten.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do. I think that we do see a huge difference in the amount of stress at weaning. Everybody, a lot of people do not like the calling when they're initially weaned at the auction, but when they stay with their friends, really they don't call at Tipson's farm, and they settle down and they eat and they rest, and just reducing that amount of stress is so much better for their health and mental well-being as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, and it's better in the moment, and it's also better for the future.
Yes.
Yeah. So one other question that I didn't give you, but I'm going to ask now is, what do you like about the breed? What do you like about Chincoteague ponies as a breed?
They're very smart, sometimes not in a good way. They're very, very trainable. And part of my job of getting them to trust me, once they come around, they're like butter. They will do anything for you. And, that's why I do not hurry the process. Each pony is an individual to me. And I've had the most amazing owners that understand that and do not demand that they must have that timeline of 2 weeks. They have to be hauled or broken and leading. We don't do that. I let the pony talk to me and let the pony determine what we, continue with our training. So I think that's really, really important.
Yeah. They're very versatile too. They can do pretty much anything. I mean, English riding, Western riding, jumping, gaming, therapy work. They're very versatile as a breed. And if you select the right temperament for what you're looking for, then they can do pretty much whatever you like imagine that they could do. So
awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys so much getting your schedules together and giving us this time. So Poppy and Daisy's Big Adventure, which is the story of 2 Chincoteague ponies that left the island and came to pony kindergarten and now live and work in California. The book is available on Amazon on Monday, October 7th. And you can see an artist's rendering of a few of the activities at pony kindergarten in the book. And before we close, I just wanted to ask, is there anything else that you wish I would have asked you, or anything else that you would like people to know before we end?
Just, next year is going to be the 100th anniversary of pony penning. So we're very, very excited about that. And, a lot of people do read the Misty book to start with and then visit the island like I did and fell in love with it all. So definitely would encourage, put it on your bucket list to go visit the ponies on the island.
Yes. Definitely. It's all any time of year is a great time to visit. It'll be very excited to be there for the 100th. But anybody who reads the book would I'm sure enjoy a visit to the island and go and visit Chincoteague.
Yep.
Awesome. And if people wanted to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
I'm on Facebook under Tipson Myers. We also have a Facebook page of Stony Creek Chincoteagues. So those are my best places to probably get a hold of me.
Okay, and I will put those in the description. Allison, what about you for your veterinary practice?
Yep, I'm also on Facebook, and my veterinary practice is on Facebook too. I'm Laurel Highland Veterinary Clinic, and under Allison Dotzel. There may be more Allison Dotzels out there than Tipson Myers, but I don't think there's still a ton.
All right, I will add the links to those in the description of the video.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
You guys, thank you so much. I'm going to stop recording now.